What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can automate sending payment reminders to your clients by setting up a simple automation on Make.com. Let's get started. I'm using Monday.com as my project management tool. So here, I've created a board that I've renamed to agency clients. So here's where we are listing all our clients, collecting their full name. We are assigning them to one of our team members. We're also collecting the date we created them, the last time we updated them, their status, and on status, we have payment email 1, payment email 2, payment email 3, payment email 4, and payment email 5 as the status of each of our clients. And then we're also collecting their first name, last name, company name, email, and their phone number. Now, let us create an automation on Make.com that will automate sending payment reminders to our clients. So here, I'm going to search for Monday. And then on Monday, I'm going to click on the Watch Boards Column Values module and use these as our trigger. Here, we'll create a webhook. And then here, we'll rename our webhook. So I'll rename our webhook to payment reminder. And then here, I'm going to choose our board ID. Our board ID is agency clients. And then for the update type, I'm going to choose item specific column value updates. Then for the column that I would like to check is a status column. And here I'm going to click on save. And then here, I'll click on OK. What we just did here is if the status of one of our clients changes, it will automatically trigger our webhook. Now here, if I run this module and then change the status of one of our clients to payment email, you can see that we are getting the specific client whose status we just changed, but we're not getting the rest of their data, like their first name, last name, company name, email, or their phone number. Now to get the rest of their data, I'm going to copy this pulse ID, and then here, I'm going to search for Monday, then search for get an item module. I'm going to choose my connection, and then for the ID, I'm going to choose pulse ID, and then for the board ID, I'm going to choose our board ID, which is agency clients, and then click on OK. Now, when we run this module and paste our pulse ID right here, that we just copied from our webhook, and click on OK, you can see that we're getting the rest of their data, like their first name, last name, company name, their email, and their phone number. With our client's data, the next thing we'll do, we're going to search for a customer on Stripe. So on Stripe, I'm going to click on Search Customer module. For the email, we're going to add our client's email right here and choose the limit to 1, and then click on OK. Now, after searching for our client on Stripe, we're going to also search for the invoice that we created and sent to our client. So on Stripe, I'm going to search for Search Invoice and click on Search Invoice module. For the customer ID, we're going to add the customer ID from our Search Customer module. And then the status of the invoice, I'm going to choose Open. So the status of the invoice should be open so we can send payment reminders to our client. You can choose a collection method, but I'm going to choose to leave as it is, and then limit it to 1, then click on OK. After we've searched for the invoice, we can now send the payment reminders to our clients. So here, I'm going to search for flow control and search for router. And here, I'm going to add 5 routes since we're going to send 5 email reminders to our clients. So here, since we're sending email reminders to our client, I'm going to search for email and click on send an email module. I'm going to rename our email modules. So I'll rename our first module to payment reminder one. Then I'll copy it and then click on OK. We can rename the second one to payment reminder email 2. Rename the third one to payment email reminder email 3. Then rename the fourth one to payment email reminder email 4 and click on OK. Then rename the fifth one to payment email reminder email 5 and click on OK. For payment reminder email 1, here we are adding our client's email address from Monday right here. And the subject line of this email could be on the lines of friendly reminder payment due. So for the content type, I'm choosing plain text, and the content of the email could be on the lines of hi first name. So our client's first name right here. I just wanted to send a quick reminder that your recent invoice was due yesterday. So we are sending this email 1 day after the due date has passed. And then we're telling them you can review the details and complete the payment over here. So here we're going to add the invoice URL right here. And then for the rest of the email, we're saying, if you've already taken care of this, please feel free to disregard this message. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much, Jordan. Then click on OK. So that's the first payment email reminder. So the email, we're adding our client's email, which is this email right here. And then the subject line of the email is on the lines of reminder, outstanding payment. For the content type, we're using plain text, and the content of the email could be on the lines of hi, first name. I noticed that the recent invoice due a few days ago hasn't been paid yet. For your convenience, here's a link to review and complete the payment. Then here, we're going to add the URL of our invoice, which is URL here. And then we're concluding the email by saying, please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or need assistance. I appreciate your prompt attention to this. Best regards, Jordan. And then here, click on OK. With that payment email reminder, we're still adding our email address from Monday, right here. And then the subject line of the email could be on the lines of action needed, unpaid invoice. The content type, we're choosing plain text. And then the content of the email, we're saying, hi, first name. I'm following up regarding the overdue invoice, which has now been outstanding for 5 days. When you have a moment, please settle the balance right here. And then here we can add the URL of our invoice, which is this link over here. And then we're concluding the email by saying, if you have any issues with the payment, I'll be happy to help. Just let me know. Thank you for your cooperation, Jordan. Okay. And then the fourth payment email reminder that we're sending to our client, we're getting the email address from Monday right here. The subject line of the email could be on the lines of urgent, immediate payment needed. For the content type, we're choosing plain text. And then the content of the email could be on the lines of hi, first name. I'm reaching out again regarding your unpaid invoice, which is now 7 days overdue. I kindly ask you to address this as soon as possible by using the payment link over here. And then we can add the invoice URL over here. And then we're concluding the email by saying, if payment is not received soon, I may need to, and then you can mention any next steps, such as the late fees, account hold, or further action if applicable. I value our relationship, and I'm here to assist if you have any questions. Thank you for your immediate attention to this matter, Jordan. And then here I'm going to click on OK. And then the fifth payment email reminder that we're sending to our clients, we're adding the email of our clients from Monday, right here. And then the subject line of our email could be on the lines of final notice, immediate payment required. And then for the content type, we're choosing plain text. Then the content of the email could be on the lines of hi, first name. I wanted to reach out one last time regarding your unpaid invoice, which has now been outstanding for 10 days. Despite previous reminders, the balance remains unpaid, and I'll need to make the difficult decision to pause or discontinue our services if payment isn't received within the next 48 hours. Please use the link below to complete the payment and keep our work together moving forward. So here we can add the invoice link right here. And then we're concluding the email by saying, if there's any issues or concerns, I'd be happy to discuss them with you. I value our partnership and hope we can resolve this quickly. Thank you for your immediate action, Jordan. And then I'm going to click on OK. Now, to make sure that all our emails are not going out at the same time, we're going to set up a filter. So here, I'm going to set up a filter, label this filter to payment reminder 1. And then we can set up a condition where we say we would like to send this email when the status text is equal to payment email 1, and then click on OK. Now here we'll set up this filter for a second email and label it to payment reminder 2, and then set up a condition where we're saying the status should equal to payment email 2, then click on OK, and then set up the third filter and label it to payment reminder 3, and then set up a condition. Our condition, I would like to send this email when the status of one of our clients is equal to payment email 3, then click on OK. So I'll set up the filter for a fourth email and label it to payment remainder 4. For the condition, I like to send this email when the status of one of our clients is equal to payment email 4, then click on OK. Then I'll set up the filter and label it to payment remainder 5, and then set up the condition. I'll say the status of one of our clients should equal to payment email 5, and then click on OK. Let us test if automation works. So now here, I'm going to run our automation, and then on Monday, I'll change the status of one of our clients to payment email 1. You can see that automation ran successfully, and we sent out the payment reminder email 1 after we changed the status of one of our clients to payment email 1. To send our payment reminder email 2, I'll run our automation and then change the status of one of our clients to payment email 2. You can see that we triggered our webhook. We got the specific client whose status we just changed. We search them on Stripe, and then we search for the invoice that we created for them, and then we sent them the payment reminder email 2. Let us try to send the payment email 3. So I'll run our automation and then change the status of one of our clients to payment email 3. And then we send the payment reminder email 3 over here. Now we can also run it again and try to send the payment email 4 reminder. You can see that we send the payment reminder email 4. Now when we run it one last time and change the status of one of our clients to payment email 5, you can see that our automation running successfully and we are sending the payment reminder email 5. You can see that automation ran successfully and it's sending each of our payment reminder email to our client. So these are simple automation that you can set up for your business or agency to automate the payment reminder process. You can also choose to add conditions to your filters. So on the condition, you can choose to add the number of days that you like to send the email after the due date has passed. So for this one, we can say we like to send it 1 day after the due date has passed. For the email 2, we can send it 3 days after the due date has passed. Email 3, we can send it 5 days after the due date has passed. Email 4, we can send it 7 days after the due date has passed. Email 5, we can send it 10 days after the due date has passed. Now, if you have an automation or a system in mind that you'd like for me to create, just comment down below in the comment section. I read out the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire automation or system from scratch. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.